bada boom, bada bang, bada bop. We are back today with the Asics Metaspeed Ray, the newest, lightest race shoe in the Asics family. Also the lightest marathon shoe to ever hit the market. 140 grams versus, if you even look at the Sky Tokyo, that's 170 grams in my size. The Fast R3 is 185 grams. The Nike Vaporfly is right in that 170 to 190 range, so extremely light. The newest foam, it's FF Leap. It's an ATPU foam. We're now seeing brands moving away from PIBA to ATPU, and today I'm gonna let you know how this does for a longer run, 22 miles with some race pace. So if you're looking for a new race shoe and you like having fun, you're in the right place. An even better place would be the Supwell app. So the Supwell app is my app. It's the best buy, sell, and trade marketplace. Somebody might get a shoe like this, or the Asics Metaspeed Sky Tokyo, or the Nike Alpha Fly 3, or the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2. They put a run on it, or it's a backup pair. It doesn't fit them, so they'll list it on the app for well below MSRP. So if you like saving money on running shoes, if you like having a good time, if you like pushing yourself and seeing other people be accountable and getting after it with their training, get in with us on the Supwell app and enjoy today's video. This is like watching Brady on a 2-minute drill. Ooh, broccoli rabe, nice and tender. Garlic bread, nice and crispy. Some vegan bolognese, nice and saucy. I know she doesn't want me to show the process, but you have to show the process. You have to show the grind that goes into the dinner. Ooh, they're getting adult plates? Yeah. Storm's picking up out there. It's really rainy. But this is also going to mean the end of summer. This is officially the end of summer, man. Today's high was 87. The rest of the days are down in the 70s. Finally. It's washing away the summer. It's the Big Daddy one. I'm ready. I'm hungry. Oh, yeah. That's the mega mileage meal right there. Oh, extra bang sauce. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh, let's go. Yeah, I need some greens on that. On the side, probably. Bang! Olive Garden who? Look at that. It's like a Max Cushion Gang breadstick. I love it. But yeah, we have the fettuccine. Fettuccine no Alfredo. Oh, this is probably copyright music too. This is a Billie Holiday estate.
Isn't it like after a certain number of years it's not anymore?
No, I got banged by the Billie Holiday estate before. They demonetized me, yeah. So I gotta make this quick. This is vegan bolognese with carrots, garlic over the fettuccine, and then boom, that's the broccoli rabe for some greens and garlic bread. It's a banger. It's a great pre-long run meal right there. That's a marathon meal. Are you trying to get my stomach ready for the pre-marathon? This is what we usually do every Saturday before my big long runs. Not that tomorrow is a big long run. Tomorrow will be chill. All right, man, 7:03. Enough of that happy stuff, man. I was honestly way too happy today. I got my haircut. I was hanging out with Reevesy. We went out to brunch as a family. just overall too much joy and a lack of stress. It's bothering me how happy I was today. So I'm going to try to find a darker place tonight, just get more annoyed. I was reviewing some Instagram comments and YouTube comments. That usually does it for me. And then I'm going to have to clean this entire just mess right here. So hopefully that puts me in a just more foul mood. I want to be slightly agitated, bothered, and just off. I want to wake up feeling like there's something wrong tomorrow. So hopefully I can get into a worse mood before the morning, clean up all this stuff. Dinner was good though. Again, it's just dinner was too good. It was almost perfectly good. This is the energy I'm trying to bring into that long run. Just dirty plates everywhere. That's the mindset I'm trying to be in. None of this perfectly toasted garlic bread stuff. No, we off that. This is the energy I'm trying to bring. Just toys everywhere. Toys everywhere. Ugh. Alright, man, 8:32. Kitchen is clean. I'm sufficiently in a dark place. I'm in a real dark place, man. I was listening to Prodigy, Alchemist, Return of the Mac. That's a dark album, but that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be like this. Yeah, there we go. I'm trying to be this dark. I'm trying to be this dark. But I also have to be fueled up. So I'm going to eat this last meal here. I usually have a second dinner after dinner, so I'll eat this, and then I'll go to bed. And that's how we do it. Oh, man. I didn't realize it was 10. I actually thought it was like 9. Oh, no, it's 10. It's late. Okay. I'm getting all my long run stuff laid out here. I might switch. If I can find the Tracksmith shorts, I'll switch into them. If not, we're going with the Regina Georges and the You Can't See Me Real Tree Camo Singlet. Boom, that's a banger. This is the mileage hunting season singlet right here. It's a movie, bro. If I pop out in the Real Tree Camo, you won't even be able to see all the destruction of the mileage. And then we got the OG Hobby Jugger hat. I actually think I left my bottle outside from last week. That's an L, an entire week of the bottle being outside. I'm gonna go check. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get attacked by moths too. Oh man, there's just a bunch of stuff out here still. That's not good. Oh gosh, my stackerator is still on the floor. My whole doctor kit. Oh no, and the GoPro's still out here. Dude, this is just a mess. This is what happens when you grind all the time. We got the night creatures and everything. You hear the night creatures? Man, I'm still a city boy at heart, so just being out here with the night creatures, it's not really my thing. I like to think I'm a country boy, but I'm not. Those night creatures hit different when you were raised in Lowell, Massachusetts. Alright, we got everything. Boom. I'll have to clean this in the morning. I literally had this out here for a week. That's not good. Here's the thing, man. The last minute preparation is better than no preparation. If you're prepping on Saturday night, that's better than not prepping at all. So we're doing the prep now, and then I think I'll see you in the morning. Bada boom, bada bang. Another early wake up call tomorrow. I'm gonna get 6 hours of sleep. Sometimes it's like that. Boom. Let's go. We're up. We're at 'em. 4:30 a.m. Another 4:30 a.m. wake up. This is the first step. This is step 1 to the mileage getting activities. You gotta get out of bed. If you got out of bed today, you did step 1. There's some people who don't even get out of bed, so you gotta pat yourself on the back, man. Let's go. So all good things must come to an end, man. They must. They all must. And
this super high mileage block I've been on is coming to an end. Today is the last day. It is, or at least this week is the last week. So Friday, we are going away. I'm actually taking Thursday and Friday off from work, which is nice. So I have a 3-day week this week, but Friday we're going away. Charlie organized a getaway, which is going to be nice. And then it's the double whammy because Friday, Saturday, Sunday will be away. And then bang, Tuesday to Thursday of the following week, I have a work trip. So that's just going to be, man, that's what, Friday to Thursday of just a lot of traveling and stuff. So this is the thing, man. You got to work with your situation. Of course, it's great that I get to go travel and everything, but it's not so great for the running. So I'm going to close out this high mileage block this week. Take a shot at doing a few more workouts. Whenever I'm pushing like this to the end, sometimes I cannot have the best workouts at the end, because typically what I would have done is taken a down week. Now I was actually supposed to take a down week last week, and then this week I could feel that I still needed to take a down week, but I knew that I had this forced down week coming. So this is actually my strategy a lot of the time. I don't take down weeks until the down weeks, they take me. The down weeks, they really do take me, because I don't choose. It's just, okay, I'm going to be traveling. All right, well, I guess this is a down week, because I'm not going to try to run 130 miles while I'm in the middle of the mountains with my family and or colleagues. So we're closing it out today with another 120 something mile week with this 20 mile long run, and then next week I'll probably shoot for around 100. Yeah, I actually think I held up pretty well throughout this high mileage block. There were a few days in there where the volume was getting to me, but it was earlier in the summer when it was much hotter where I felt the most beat up. I felt okay throughout this, and the temperature's starting to change. It's probably going to be about high 60s this morning. The temperature is holding on to some 70s, high 70s right now, which is not my favorite, but that plays a huge part in it. I was actually noticing last week when I did that 25 mile long run, I felt a lot better than days during the summer when I did things like 21 miles or even 20 miles, but it was 90 degrees. So it makes a huge difference, man, to have the more mild temperatures. But yeah, that's the plan for this morning. Oh, is that my Sunday emergency alarm? 5:05 a.m. Oh no, it's a 4:45. Damn, I didn't even realize I had that one set. Would you look at that? But yeah, that's the plan for this morning. I close it out with a nice 100 or 20 something mile long run. I was trying to decide last night what to run in. I pulled out a bunch of different stuff. I'm thinking the Ray, but I'm not sure. The thing with the Ray is, if I don't do it today, I don't know when I'm going to do it, because I don't feel 100% confident using it for a big workout, because if that just the front feel with no plate. So I think we might have to send it in the Ray today, get a good feel for it, see if it's one that can make the top tier, see if it can crack that Adios Fast R3 DVA Nitro Elite 3 Alpha Fly tier, because right now I'm not sure. I'm not. Coffee today, by the way. Well, we got the hatchet in the house. Good friend, a very good friend, sent this to me. It's the Ethiopia Natural Process Light Roast from Hatchet. These guys are one of my favorite roasters. Also because there's just a good vibe when you go in there. The coffee shop in Boone is great. And they'll always, if I order the coffee myself online, they'll always draw little coffee cups on it. And then their stuff is just good. Especially for fall. They just have cozy, easily drinkable coffees. It's not as funky and out there as the the black and white stuff, but it's more approachable and crowd pleasing. It's really nice. So that's what we're going with this morning. And then breakfast, I think I'm gonna go classic Dave's peanut butter honey. We've got a enchilada. Dave's is total struggle bus material, man. Anytime I have the Dave's for breakfast, it's like, oh man, I'm eating Dave's again because I don't have anything else to eat. It's a good backup though. Yeah, Dave's is not fire, but hey, sometimes you have to do things that aren't fire. It's like 4:30 a.m. wake up, straight into the Dave's. That's how I know I haven't made it yet. People in the comments this week trying to tell me I made it. Bro, I ain't made nothing. I'm still eating Dave's. Still in the darkness. That's the thing about me, man. This is what a lot of people don't understand, though. I was born in the darkness. I was raised in the darkness. And now that I'm an adult, I thrive in the darkness. I don't want the light. And when I fail, that just gives me more fuel to go harder. And somebody was saying I should be happy because I have 40,000 subscribers. No, I see the 40,000 subscriber number, and I just think about how I said my goal was 100. We still got work to do, brother. That's why I'm eating Dave's in the darkness. A lot of these boys turning the lights on and eating freshly baked sourdough. No. So the other thing is it's NFL kickoff today. It's the first Sunday. My Pats are playing the Raiders. It's hard though. Once your team is bad, it's hard to get excited for the games. We've been bad for the past few years, so I'm just jaded now. It's like Pats Raiders 1 a.m. or 1 p.m. How excited am I for that? Pats Raiders, and I'll get up for it. It's hard to really lock into the season for me though until I finish my goal race, because last year, for example, I went to bed at halftime. I made this commitment to go to bed at halftime. I don't know if I'll still do that this year, but I've just been falling asleep. I watched both the Eagles game, Eagles Cowboys on Thursday, and then Chiefs Chargers on Friday, and I fell asleep. I just fell asleep at, I don't know, third quarter, both of the games. I just can't stay up past 10 like that anymore. I read this quote recently. It said, the athlete in training is a sleepy animal. I think it was Plato who said that. It was in I think the Tim Noakes book. But yeah, you need a lot of sleep when you're training your behind off, so it's hard to watch football like that. But you also need distractions and just things not related to running. And I think this is the fine line sometimes where, yeah, we need to be all in. We need to be committed. You can even be obsessed if you want, but you do need some fun. You do need things in life that take your mind off of whatever the goal is. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, right? Listen to some fun music. Do some shenanigans. Watch some football if you want, man. Sacrifice an hour of sleep here and there. These things are so important. You can't just be a monotonous robot. So that's what I have to think about and balance too when I'm just, I need to go to bed tonight. I can't watch football. No, you can. You can watch football, actually. You should. You should find things that make you happy and that you enjoy. That's the whole thing with the anti-alcohol people. Now, I know some people have struggled with alcoholism in the past or don't drink for religious reasons, but in general, man. So I don't drink because performance, but it's nice sometimes. It would be nice. I think, man, it would be nice to have a glass of wine with Charlie right now. It would be nice to have a glass of whiskey. So I don't know. You just have to make these decisions for yourself. My point is, you can't just be out here being a monotonous mileage robot. You have to be a mileage monster. Monsters aren't always polished. Monsters aren't always perfect, man. You gotta live a little bit. But guess what? You live a little bit, but then you still pop up. And you talk to them at 4:54 a.m. in the darkness. Never forget that. Dude, you know what's funny? My kids actually refuse to eat Dave's bagels now. They just won't eat them. Mason legitimately turns her nose up at Dave's bagels, and it's a question for me. It's a question mark. Have I created a carbohydrate elitist now? Because I will feed her Team Rose bread from the farmer's market. We will feed her Verdant bread. That's all she's known since she was a baby, right? And now I come through with this. No, we've been feeding her Family Dough bagels. So this to her, this tastes like that unleavened bread I was talking about a few weeks ago that the Israelites were eating to her. And to me as a father, I don't know if that means I've been successful in life because she hasn't had to grow up on Thomas English muffins. The only time a Thomas English muffin has touched that girl's lips is if we're traveling and we're in a continental breakfast sort of situation at something like a Holiday Inn. The only time a Dave's bagel gets near her vicinity is if I introduce it to the house. So that's my question, man. You want your kids to be better than you are, and now I have these pretentious bagel eaters that I've created, and I don't really know what to do about it. Because, man, back in Lowell, Massachusetts, if I had a Thomas English muffin or a bagel from whatever brand, I would eat it. That's how I was raised. And guess what? I would clean that plate and I would be thankful there were no food waste in my house. But the kids these days, they'll eat half a bagel, they'll eat a third of a bagel, and then just go off and run and play in the backyard. There was no backyard of my apartment. We ate and then we worked back in my day. This is something to think about, man. Kids these days. I think the payback is finally going to come when she's in college, though. Because I'll just not give her money, and I'll force her to eat the dining hall food for a month. See how she likes that. Complaining about some Dave's bagels. All right. See how you like dining hall bagels. Little Miss Vegan. Oh, that's the other thing now. She's vegan too. She's made the decision at 6 years old. And it's like, what have I done, man? I created this pretentious carb vegan. It's just the worst, man. If I were 6 years old talking about I'm vegan, walking into a restaurant and asking, are the waffles vegan? I don't even know what it would have happened, man. Times were different back then. It was different. But the kids these days, they only want vegan waffles. It's ridiculous. This is how you set it off, though. The Dave's bagel with the smooth peanut butter. And then bang, the local honey. Look how that's moving. You can tell that's the good stuff. This is from Glen Meadow Farm in Matthews. It's a banger. It's the perfect golden color right here. It's not too floral, and it's also not too dark. Because once you get to the too dark side, then you get these really overly rich, almost nutty, overpowering notes. You don't want that in the honey. You want it to be light and bright. This has this zing in this pep. This is the mega blast of honey. It has just the right dash of those citric notes balanced with that full body sweetness without leaning too far into the maple camp. So this is a banger right here. What is that, buddy?
Hi.
What's that, man?
Daddy, I think we should get ready to brush our teeth.
You want to brush teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
Or didn't Cielo sweat toothpaste again?
Yeah, you want my toothpaste? Yeah. Go get your toothbrush.
Okay. I have a good idea, so we could put our toothpaste in our bathroom. Then we could brush our teeth in my bathroom. Would that be a good idea? Okay.
It's kind of early though. I think mommy would probably want you to rest a little more. Stay in your room for a little bit longer, okay?
No,
And then we can do that.
but I'm brushing my teeth with our toothpaste. I want to so early.
You want to run with me early?
Yeah, wait, that early.
Oh, like when it's dark still?
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of different day. You have to be bigger though. You know, yeah. You know,
Bigger
this is-
than you.
not bigger than me, but maybe when you're 7.
Maybe when 12.
Yeah, when you're 12, you definitely can. When you're 12, you're gonna be racking up the mileage. You know, this is the time where the foxes come out.
Yeah. I'm doing your socks. Okay. Socks! It's time to get up. It's time for you to get up. Oh, yes, sir. It's on my side.
I'm definitely gonna get in trouble by Charlie. It's only 5:56, and I talked to him. I think I'm supposed to send him back to his room.
Daddy, don't we make waffles?
Waffles? What about a Dave's bagel? You want one of these bagels?
No, I want a waffle.
Okay. I have to go around, buddy. I can't make waffles right now.
Wait.
This is a high motor kid, man. Up early. Straight to the grind. Let's go. Yeah, let's do it.
I'll start it for you, Daddy.
Okay.
I'll start it. Like this. Oh, wait, it's square. So we're going to go down. That's how we usually do it. Alright, Daddy? Alright.
Like this.
Wait, this. See how I...
Just all down?
No.
You want like this, right?
Yeah, I'll show you. So like this, that, and that. Then we'll need to build some more magnet tiles. And now you can do the rest, right, Daddy? So you want to put some more like that, and then that's fine, right, Daddy?
Okay.
That looks so great on Daddy.
Thank you.
It's one way, not like that, so we're going to do like this. Cut it, just going to do it like that. Like so that.
Oh, we need a way for the trains to come in and out, right? Should we leave one side open? Maybe this side open, like this?
Come out. What is this gonna be?
So the trains could come in and out.
In, out. How?
See? Like that.
But we're gonna have to make a new. Made a train station with Daddy a little bit, and also I made a train track. Also it's bada boom, bada bing. Wait, Daddy is bada
Yeah,
boom.
it's
bada-
fire. It's
Yeah.
nice.
We could pretend with the trucks and diggers, but we're making something else.
That'll be fun. Alright, let's talk about this shoe quickly. Reevesy and I are building a new township over there. I think it's going to be called the Mileage Township. But let's talk about the Ray for a sec. Can we get some appropriate lighting on the Ray? Boom. I think that's slightly better. That's a fire truck?
No, it's something else.
I love it.
It's a carrier truck.
A carrier? Yeah, it looks like one of those trucks on the highway that carries the houses. Have you ever seen that? The big trucks that transport the houses?
No, they like the trucks that
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It does look like that. That's super smart.
Yeah.
Metaspeed Ray here. Lightest marathon shoe ever. So this thing comes in at 140 grams, which is just crazy. I really wonder how that compares to racing flats from back in the day before we had this super lightweight advanced foam, back when racing shoes were just EVA and or just rubber, right? So it's just so light, which is wild. Now, the other thing about this shoe that's unique and different is the plate. You do not have a full carbon fiber plate in here. And I actually didn't know that before I ran it, because I try to generally ignore most of the reviews and everything so I could just get a good feel of the shoe and not let anything influence my opinion. But I discovered throughout the course of the run, without even knowing that it was a full carbon plate, I discovered that the front was softer. It looks great, man.
I'm gonna do a little bit lower. We're gonna do.
Yeah, I discovered when I was running in it that the front was just softer and had less of a bite. And watch this. I showed this at the very end of my video the other day, but let's see if I can get a good setup here. The square magnets. You can take some of my houses out. Yeah, watch this. See how that completely flexes over on itself. A traditional carbon fiber modern race shoe can't do that because the plate extends. So because of that, I'm not 100% sure if this is one that I will be relying on for big workouts or races, because I really like that more aggressive bite up in the front. So that's going to be my question today.
Look how tall it is.
That's fire. I love it. It's a quadruple decker. It's a quadruple decker. That means it's 4 levels. Yeah, can you say quadruple?
Yeah, quadruple.
Yeah. So yeah, my question today is going to be, how does it do for marathon pace, time on feet, and just the general softer plate feel? Oh, shoot, you want me to help you rebuild that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Rebuild it, but it's
Definitely. That's what happens. You get knocked down, you rebuild. That's all there is to it. But yeah, first workout was 5K pace, really pushing a lot of power, and that's when I love the bite feeling up in the front, which this didn't have. So I'm hoping today, longer run, we'll get the benefits of the lightweight, we'll get the benefits of the soft foam, and hopefully I won't be missing that bite and aggression at marathon pace, but we shall see. We'll also be keeping an eye on stability, because it is softer, it is narrower, and you can see this foam is already just compressed a ton, man. The other thing is, this is just a fun shoe to run in, and it was really comfortable. So I'm thinking this will just be a nice, enjoyable shoe to bop around for, or bop around in for 20 miles.
I'm making a little basket now.
I'm on full engineer duty out here. Don't make me drop a bird on you. How much out that bag on you? How much out that bag on you? Make me drop that bag on my little one. Keep that mask off. Little one. See, my little one keep that stack on him. Gotta keep that stack on him. Little known fact, Future is actually part of the Max Cushion gang. There's an offshoot called FBG, and a lot of people think, who are Future fans, they think FBG stands for Free Band Gang. It's actually the Foam Brothers Gang. So anytime you hear Future say FBG, he's shouting out the Atlanta-based chapter of the Max Cushion Gang. Not a lot of people know that. And the whole entire song, Lil One, is about introducing his younger compatriots to Max Cushion shoes. The Lil One says, my Lil One, keep that stack on him. Gotta keep that stack on him. Stack on him. And then it has a dual meaning. It's a double entendre when he's saying that. Then keep stacking on him, too. Keep stacking the mileage. Not a lot of people know that. We got the Metaspeed Ray out here. trying to shove my foot in this guy. I tried to delace the whole scenario here. Let's see. Boom. I'm wearing a thicker sock today. That was not the right move, but sometimes when the laundry situation is just what it is, you have to do what you have to do. So I'm in the Balega Hidden Comfort, not my typical feature socks. And man, this is interesting. Today, I'm getting something different than the first time. This feels super unstable and wobbly stepping in it. Goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm getting that instability. You know what else I'm getting? That Cielo, that classic Cielo midfoot bump where the middle is higher than the back. I wasn't so much getting these weirdness feelings on the first run. I wonder if this foam is already just compressed a ton. Might be worth taking the stackerator out after this and seeing what the compression is, because it was 41 millimeters on the first run. It still looks high up here, but I mean, just take a look at this. This is definition of a marshmallow right here. That's crazy. See my little one, keep that stack on her. This is just a fun shoe to run in, though. Also, weather today, dude. I thought it was going to be the last day of summer yesterday. I mean, that's legit what I said. It is humid out here. It's probably like 68, 69, 70, but the humidity is just so high. It's wild. But I mean, we can't complain because it's been 90s and stuff. But I think this is going to be another shirtless run morning, man. I've been trying to go for the singlet, but I don't think it's going to be today. I think today might be tarps off again. All right, let's do this thing. Metaspeed Ray, lightest shoe so we can remember when the times were dark. It's a good day to get mileage. Let's go. Shoes light, but the grind heavy. Man, it's gonna be interesting taking these guys 20 or 22. They really push me forward onto my toes. What I find though is a lot of the shoes that do this, you can cheat them. You can cheat back onto the platform. You can. And they'll adapt. But you kind of have to force it. Otherwise, they're gonna push you up to the front. Man, nice sunrise today. Morning. Man, both times I've run in this, I've just wished it were the Sky Tokyo. Of course, we're early in this run, but this is less stable than the Sky Tokyo. It has less bite and aggression, and it's weirder. It has that tennis ball midfoot effect that I don't love. Actually, once you get down below 200 and 190 grams in my size, there's just diminishing returns to the weight, the cutting of the weight. And that was the thing with the Adios that was so, the Evo Pro Adios, that was so impressive to me. I managed to have such a light weight without being unstable or weird. It's just feeling really normal. This one is not normal. But of course, I'm just warming up here. 8-minute pace. Mile 1, 7:59. Starting to do some pace pickups here. This feels so much better when getting aggressive. That mushiness really fades away. It's like what Saucony says about the Endorphin Elite, the two that I don't feel, that it firms up at faster paces. This one really does. It's nice. Do some strides. Yeah, it's so quick. .451 pace, 12 seconds. Yeah, it's so easy to shift gears in these. And it just has that nice pop. The foam is beautiful. And Super Blast 3, about to be a banger with these. It's about to be a movie. I don't like these socks today, man. This is why when you find a piece of gear that works for you, just stick with it. The socks are probably fine, but I know they're different. So then I'm just getting in my head. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Man, it's interesting because, so I just did another stride right there. I can feel this shoe, it really wants me to pop, 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 pop. It really wants me to be light touch, just snapping off the ground quickly. It's that pitter patter that it wants. I'm sinking in 1% more than the shoe wants me to, even with a millisecond more ground contact time. The shoe wants me to be quicker. It wants me to up my cadence. That's the difference with not having that plate in the forefoot, with having more of the foam. Yeah, this is 100% the upmarket edge. It's very edge feeling. It'd be interesting to see how one of these would do with the full length plate up near the foot, like the Sky. But maybe you'd get too much plate feel with having not that much foam, only 15 millimeters of soft foam above the plate versus the denser, more firm foam in the Sky. All right, man, plan for today's run. I'm gonna hit 3 miles, marathon pace right here. And then we'll just take the rest by feel. But I wanna bank some marathon effort early. Keep that feel in the system. Never wanna go too long without running marathon pace. Three, two, one, go. Mile 1, 5:42. I'm talking about I made it. Made nothing. Made nothing. We're working still. Still feel broken hungry right now, man. It's the difference. A lot of these guys getting comfortable. Still putting in pain. Made nothing. That's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I made nothing. You gotta stay hungry out here, man. Find another goal. Find another target. You gotta find another reason to put in work. You start acting like you made it. That's when I know the devil has your soul. Don't start acting like you made it. Made nothing. Hunt. Hunt. It's the thrill of the kill. I've never seen a lion stop hunting because he thought he made it. Nah. Hunting. Hunting. You can burn them, baby, burn them. That's a subtle difference right there. If you can work, work. If you can get the mileage, get the mileage. If you could go 10 seconds per mile faster than goal marathon pace, why not? And this is the thing about marathon pace. It is not a physiological pace in the same way that lactate threshold is. You know why? Because marathon times are different for everyone. So a 2:30 marathon pace is a different physiological pace than a 3-hour marathon pace. Also, unlike lactate threshold, there are so many other variables that come into play. What is your heart rate? What's your weekly mileage? Because two people at the same fitness levels, let's say two people can run a 23-minute 5K. If one of those is a 15-year-old who's training for the mile and runs 10 miles a week, and the other one is a 50-year-old running 50 miles a week training for a marathon, those marathon paces are going to be a lot different. The 15-year-old doesn't even have a marathon pace. His marathon pace is going to be a walk because it will be impossible for him to run 26.2 miles without stopping. So that's why with these marathon pace workouts, my goal is always target pace or faster. For me, there's no damage running faster than target pace if I'm able to recover, right? And for me, going 5:33 versus 5:43 isn't going to be a huge recovery burden. So that's my philosophy with these marathon pace workouts, man, because there's no exact heart rate, there's no exact cadence, there's no exact power level that determines your marathon pace. And it's also grit and grind. When you get to mile 17 and it gets hard, can you hang on? Those are the different things that come into play with the marathon and the marathon pace. But yeah, that was solid. I went 5:43, I don't know, I was screaming and shouting on mile 2 when it beeped, so I didn't see. And then I think 5:33 on that last mile, so a nice mini progression. Now my goal is just keep it smooth and consistent. Nice relaxed mileage for the next bit, and then I want to take another chunk, do another chunk at marathon pace toward the end. But yeah, these shoes super quick and light, bouncy, fluffy, fun, but they definitely want that quick cadence. For example, right now they don't feel that impressive or bouncy at a 9-minute pace. Just recovering, jogging up this hill. They really start livening up once you tap, 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 tap. Yeah, once I up that cadence and get on the front, they get alive. Very much a Cielo 2.0 and Edge Paris type of shoe. Those are the ones that just keep coming to mind, man. Adios Pro 4 as well, but for me, the Adios Pro 4, those carbon rods are just beautiful. Has that really nice snap, almost like a Takumi Sen 8. Oh man, that's just something I thought of. Is the Adios Pro 4 the true Takumi Sen 8 spiritual successor? Also, if you heard me talking about Carson John Banks the other day, this was what I was talking about. I realized the camera for that entire video was pointed like this. Yeah, that was my guy CJ Banks. He was just born. Shout out to CJ Banks putting in work. There's a 95% chance he's gonna be the quarterback at Clemson one day. Man, it's nice and misty out here this morning with the rays coming through. I feel like a lion on the Serengeti. That's what I was tapping into. I really felt like a lion hunting on the Serengeti, and then there are all these deer. So I almost tackled the deer because I was so hyped up. But you gotta stay hungry. Speaking of staying hungry, I'm gonna take my first gel here. One thing I might start doing again is adding in a 90-minute steady effort, because I've been really polarized in training, either these 5-minute paces or 8-minute paces, and it's good to always touch on every pace range. So doing a steady run down in the mid-6s would do me good. It's nice to exert that consistent aerobic pressure at a pace that doesn't make you feel like you're a lion hunting on the Serengeti. More of a flowy eagle pace. Man, I'm all out of whack today. Wrong shorts, wrong socks. I even took the wrong gel first. I usually go green apple first, but it's good to mix it up. Like, that's the thing. It's exactly what I was talking about earlier about not being too rigid. It's good to always do it the same way because you don't have to think about it, and then you don't blame the shorts or the gels or the socks if something goes wrong. Just eliminates variables. But at the same time, it's good to occasionally mix it up so that we don't rely too heavily on doing things the same exact way. That was mile 6, by the way. Yeah, I'm very relaxed right now in terms of the pace. An 8:20. Also, my calves are worked already. Be interesting to see how these miles in the back half go. Man, it's shoes like this that just make me laugh at the Vaporfly Defenders. Now, that's a fine shoe and you can get it for $190, but just the level of innovation and the different experience of a shoe like this, it's in a different league, man. It's really in a different league. Asics and Puma are just absolutely killing it. This is the stuff that Nike should be doing. And I know there's all this talk of, oh, if they weren't Nike, we wouldn't be saying that. But yeah, that's the point. They have the biggest brand name. They have the biggest budget, or just as big of a budget. But this is what happens when you go mass market, right? It's like a pop brand. It's like a rapper who goes pop. And it's not bad. It's like when people try to hate on Drake. No, his music is not bad. It's just designed to be popular. It's not designed to be experimental for the most part. And he has, I'm talking about late period Drake. And of course he did the, what was that house album that sounded like elevator music? He did that one. I'm actually a Drake fan, and I'm a Nike fan too, but point being, man, this is pushing the culture forward. This is pushing the limits of what's achievable with running shoes. This is the exact reason why the Vaporfly 4 is mid. This thing is just next level. Also, I've been talking about the Cielo a lot. The difference for me with this is, of course, the lightweight, but that wasn't even really my problem with the Cielo 2.0. It was more of the foam. This is a very quick response foam. Once you start popping the legs, with the Cielo, I was sinking in a lot. I just couldn't drive through it. With this one, it's really helping me up that cadence and snap the legs off quick. And that's the issue with the Hoka foam. It's PIBA. So this is what I'm saying, man. Another reason why that shoe is mid. Because shoes like this exist. Yeah, it's almost like right now, this is the best possible version of that Vaporfly type shoe. Soft, light, quick turnover. And then the Alphafly, or the Fast R3, is the best version of the Alphafly type shoe. Firmer, more aggressive. You really have to drive a lot of power to get the benefit. So, two different types of shoes. But yeah, top of the game. If you don't like the bite of the Fast R3, this is the one to get. There's a majestic bird up there. You see that? It's a great blue heron. Yeah, where I can really tell that a shoe is not optimal for me is when I'm jogging like this, because this one is just really working my calves. I don't run like this at my relaxed spaces. That's crazy, man. Another house in the neighborhood sold. They're staying on the market for one day. And the thing is, a lot of these houses here, they're original 1970s. So you're getting almost a full acre lot, 2,500 to 3,000 square feet. But that kitchen's gonna be Betty Crocker type beat, 1978. Yeah, there was a house on the golf course last week that sold on the golf course for $450,000. That's just crazy. That's unheard of. It's because we're out in the sticks. But on the golf course, man, with the full almost acre lot and everything. But the kitchen was from the Nixon presidency. Yeah, I'm slow, man. Mile 8:19 pace. The other thing I have to remember is I am not fresh. This is my, I think, 5th week at 120 plus. So once I freshen up, I'll naturally be back down in the 7s and 6s. It's a dogfight though. And my whole theory is the mileage is what makes you a beast. So we keep the mileage up, and as long as I'm hitting the pace sections, that's all that matters. It's hard though. It is so hard. Even now, after I've been doing this for so long, to convince myself, yeah, it's okay to run an 8-minute pace on the long run. The average pace of the Strava graph's not gonna look pretty, but that weekly mileage, the aerobic fitness, the durability, and the mental strength will be worth it. But it's hard logically to convince myself, even after I've seen it. So if you're struggling with the pace and you're hitting higher mileage, just know that's normal, man. It's normal. Your body is smart. It will naturally settle into the pace that's ideal. As long as you're hitting workouts, you don't have to worry about it. Oh man, it's getting serious in the burbs. I spy the first Halloween decoration. It's about to be a war on the block. Who can have the best Halloween decoration? Who can be the biggest goblin? Lil Wayne said, what's a goon to a goblin? Huh? You heard that, Sharon? We're gonna have the best goblinated house on the block. Real G's move in silence like a goblin. I realize I never gave the full list of quarterbacks I'm rooting for this season. Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Cam Ward, CJ Stroud, Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, Tua. We could throw Tua in there. Jordan Love. Jameis Winston, I'm sure he'll get some starts. Russell Wilson. Hey, can't forget Geno. It's my guy, Geno Smith, fighting back from the depths of darkness. Geno Smith. Dak Prescott. Oh, Spencer Rattler. How could I forget Spencer Rattler? I'm rooting for Spencer Rattler to have a big year. Did I forget anyone? Not Drake May because he's on the Pats. We could throw Kirk Cousins and Baker Mayfield in there too. They're honorary. Shout out Jacoby Brissett too. I'm rooting for him wherever he is this year. Is he still on the Pats? No, he was on the Colts. Anthony Richardson. I want to root for Anthony Richardson. If you take yourself out of the game and you're a professional quarterback, I don't know, brother. That's not Subwell certified behavior, but I still have to root for Anthony Richardson. Let's throw him in there. Oh, I'm also rooting for, in terms of coaches, Mike Tomlin, man. Mike Tomlin, they're trying to tear my guy down. They're trying to get him fired this year. No. One of the best coaches of all time. Going strong. Mike Tomlin, come on, let's keep that winning streak alive. And I hate the Steelers with every ounce of my body because I was born in New England. And Big Ben was just a despicable, just an absolutely despicable figure. Honestly, I feel like I hate Big Ben more than I hated Peyton Manning. Just from an athlete perspective, well, I guess Big Ben was more than an athlete. He had some issues, right? Detestable figure. But no, something about the Steelers, even more than Peyton Manning. The thing is, Peyton Manning was actually good. Big Ben was just big. He got carried by the bus. Ben Roethlisberger, most overrated quarterback of all time. Ben Roethlisberger is the super blast of quarterbacks. But I actually used to love Hines Ward and Troy Polamalu, even though I was a Pats fan. Just those two on the Steelers. The combination of Mike Tomlin, Troy Polamalu, and Hines Ward. Man, that was a good era of football. It's not the same. I'm trying to get that feel back, but I don't know. It might not be until Reevesy is really old enough to appreciate it that I'll get that feel back. That's got to be the best era. And we're coming out of another good era too. I hope Mahomes can keep the dynasty alive. I love watching greatness unfold. I don't know why people hate it so much. Why do people hate greatness? We did that graphic on Instagram. If every running shoe brand were an NFL team, we put Kansas City as the Asics because, I mean, Asics is widely considered the best brand out right now. I mean, I'm wearing this shoe, it's an absolute banger. Their other stuff is an absolute banger. And of course, people are trying to tear down the Chiefs. Say, oh, the Kansas City is on. Because people love to hate on. You know those people saying, hold on, let me turn this around. The people saying that the Kansas City Chiefs are the on running, the QC running of the NFL. It's the same type of people quitting long runs at mile 8 when it gets too hard. And I can tell a lot of these boys are not real fans. These are some casuals, because the real fans know the best dynasties, they lose in the finals. They get their behinds kicked. They lose Super Bowls. The Patriots, 2 Super Bowl losses, right? Within that dynasty era. And how many years did they not even make the Super Bowl? More, right? Within that 20-year span, there were more years where they didn't even make the Super Bowl than they did make the Super Bowl. Warriors lost in the finals. There is no great team that does not lose. Every dynasty loses. Every dynastic institution will be challenged. The Patriots used to start off terribly. Man, they would play horrible in September and October. And the real fans would know, even last year, it was the Chiefs' defense that was keeping them in there with Spags, Steve Spagnuolo. So when I see people talking about Kansas City Chiefs are the ons of the NFL, this is my response to you. Get your mileage up. I'm not even a Chiefs fan like that, bro. I just hate to see low mileage people tearing down greatness. It's funny because Asics has so many shoes already, but in my head, I'm designing what the perfect shoe would be with this. Wider base, nice chunky heel. It would still be super lightweight because the foam, you put a plate in there. And man, I'm thinking what I've been designing in my head might be the Super Blast 3. It really might be. Let's hope they keep the leap the same as in this, because it would be a banger. And I think what they've done with releasing the Mega Blast right now is going to give them permission to do something slightly different in the Super Blast 3, because the Mega Blast is firmer. So the Mega Blast is the one that the Super Blast lovers will love, and the haters are loving too, like me. And Asics is just killing it, man. I'm also rooting for Jared Goff. People dragged his name through the mud, man. It's crazy. It's honestly crazy how just the negativity train is rolling. It's like, Jared Goff, what did he ever do to be disliked? Just seems like a normal, chill dude. I actually remember watching Hard Knocks when he was on the Rams. Seemed like a normal, chill guy. But for some reason, everyone decided he was some sort of unlikable laughing stock. But guess what? He went to the Lions. Dan Campbell, man, one of the greatest coaches of my lifetime, Dan Campbell. Seriously, I think it gets underappreciated sometimes how hard it is to do a turnaround like that, to go from bottom of the league to the top of the league without any huge transformation with the star player. It was really an organizational rebuild. It was the system and the structure. I'm forgetting the GM's name right now of the Lions, but they've been working hand in hand. So yeah, if I could pick my ideal Super Bowl matchup, of course it would be great to see the Pats. I don't think that's happening. It's a pipe dream. But ideal Super Bowl matchup, Lions, Ravens. That's what I would love to see. An ideal team to miss the playoffs, and the only team in all of professional sports that I actively root against, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills, that's my ideal team to go 3-14. I realized we should have put on as the Buffalo Bills. People think they're good, but they're actually not. Everything about them and the people who like them is annoying. And running in on shoes makes me want to jump through a table. If you're a grown man and you have a Buffalo Bills sticker on your car, you need to reevaluate your life choices. Bro, that guy legit had a Buffalo Bills shirt on. This is what I'm saying. These Bills fans, man. I guess some people align themselves to that type of culture because that's what they identify with. The Buffalo Bills, the greatest losers in all of professional sports. Can you imagine going to the Super Bowl 4 times and losing every single time? Oh, that's a dynasty right there. That's a dynasty of being a professional loser. The thing with the Bills fans too is they take it so seriously, man. I gotta be careful because these guys are gonna, I don't even know. I'm kidding, Bills fans, I'm kidding. The Toronto Alouettes have done more for your region in terms of winning than the Buffalo Bills. It's embarrassing. We should relegate the Bills to the CFL. Get the Toronto Alouettes instead. I would do that trade in a heartbeat. Mason's teacher this year is a Bills fan. Her first grade teacher, and he put a Buffalo Bills logo on the packet that he sent home with us first day of school. That's not a joke. I'm telling you, man, these guys are, it's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. And now my daughter is in a losing culture in that classroom, and I'm not sure what to do. And the other thing with it is, anywhere I turn, there's a Bills flag, there's a Bills license plate holder, there's a dude running in a Buffalo Bills shirt. I don't get it. I really don't. Bills Mafia, more like roadkills mafia, because they're gonna be dead on the side of the road come January. More like Bills Tilapia, because they're like a moderately small fish in the deep sea of the National Football League. Bills flop you, because all they do is flop. 17 seconds. Remember that? 17 seconds. Good times, man, good times. I'm just having fun with it, man. I really do hate the Bills, though. I don't know if you can tell. I hate the Bills. I hate the Bills. Josh Allen seems like a good guy, though, by all accounts. He really does. It always makes me sad for him whenever the Bills lose in a heart-crushing way. Because, dude, he is a baller. And people try to hate on him, too. Everyone wants to compare him and Lamar. They're both great. They're both great. But he always just, I mean, like Lamar, he always just comes up short. And it's just sad to see, because you can tell he puts his all into it, man. The way that he plays, just the fervor, the intensity. Year 2 and 3, they had to teach him how to not get destroyed on every play, because he would just put his life on the line for a 2-yard gain. It's just so fun watching him play. So I don't hate Josh Allen. I actually love watching Josh Allen play. It's that type of infectious energy that you can just see through the screen. Like some of these guys have it, the Saquons of the world, Lamar, and Josh Allen has it. He's a dog. He's a true dog. So I would like to see him win, but maybe not this year. Maybe this year they completely flame out. I want to see an NBA drama type situation where he demands a trade. He pulls a Dame Lillard or something, a Kevin Durant, and he says, I'm demanding a trade out of Buffalo. This stuff doesn't happen in the NFL, though. Especially not after they sign their big contracts. The NFL is designed to have the star quarterbacks locked into the hometown. So that's not going to happen, but yeah, I would love if he got out of that and he ended up in, I don't know, Minnesota or Jacksonville or something and won a championship there. Yeah, I really don't know what it is about the Bills. I don't hate the Yankees like this. I don't hate the Lakers like this. Maybe because the Yankees and the Lakers have actually won championships in my lifetime, multiple. So it's like I understand why they want to have a rivalry with the Celtics and the Red Sox. With the Bills, it's like, calm down, you've literally won nothing. But maybe that's why. The Buffalo shills. Just shilling the fantasy of being good. Mile 13, 7:38 pace. I forgot Michael Penix. Shout out Michael Penix. Rooting for you this year, dude. I don't think he's gonna have the best year and or career. He gives me high level backup vibes, but I'm still rooting for you, dude. Michael Penix, MPJ, let's go. To all my blokes out there who have no idea what I'm talking about, Buffalo Bills, just imagine Ireland. Mile 15, 7:25. This really does stiffen up in the forefoot and give you this satisfying pop when you land up there. It's unique for sure. And that's what I look for out of any of these $200+ shoes and $275+ race shoes. Where is it spike? Where is it giving me something different? And with this, the lightweight and then the soft comfort with that pop, just pop, 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 pop. So satisfying. So satisfying. Doing another set of strides here to get back into it before mile 16. Let's go. 4:47 pace, 9 seconds. That's a Cybertruck. Bet you it has a Bill's Mafia sticker somewhere on the back. This soft cushion is holding up really well, by the way. Just about 16 miles in here. All right. Let's do it. In the mile, win the mile. In the mile, win the mile. Mile 1, 5:40. I'm ditching the GoPro. See you on the other side. It's a blood sport, man. I told you, I don't do friendly competition. I do war. So when I'm out here, mile 16, 17, 18, I picture in my head a weaker version of myself. It's a blood sport, and I can smell blood in the water. I can sniff out that weakness. So I hunt him, I kill him, and I bury him. I bury him, man. I'm really in attack mode right now. Just attacking, I'm hungry. This feel only comes around once a year. And I got it right now, I'm locked in. I'm like a starving hyena. Man, I'm telling you. I went something like 5:40, 5:37, and 5:30. Just burying it. And every time I come out here to run a workout, I'm not worrying about fading. I'm not worrying about getting injured. I'm not worried about how the splits look on Strava and going out too hard. No, every time I'm stepping up to the plate right now, I'm trying to homer. I'm trying to hit a 450 footer. I'm trying to throw an 80-yard touchdown pass. Man, I feel like Saquon. There's no running back who says, I want a 1-yard gain on this play. No. Man, every time you touch that rock, you want to score. That's the feel I have right now. But the thing is, you put in the reps in practice. You don't do that in practice. You don't do that on drills. And that's what the other 10 months of the year are. But right now, man, there's blood in the water. I'm hungry, and I'm going for the kill. It's a war. A lot of people out here trying to run workouts with a smile on their face. It's the problem with society today. Talking about run happy. You know who said that, run happy? Brooks. That's why they're dropping mid. Man, mile 20 jogging in these, I could just see my ankle collapsing inward on the right. Look at this. I don't know if you can see that, but I can see it in real time. Yeah, not a very stable shoe for jogging, heel striking in the back. This is attack mode. Attack mode with a soft feel. Yeah, this workout is over. I'm just jogging to cool it down now. These feel terrible. Oh gosh. I haven't had this feeling for the first 30 miles in this shoe, but now this is not feeling good. Feels wobbly and narrow. Yeah, definitely not a 4-hour marathon shoe. I know somebody out there is gonna do it, but this would not be my personal choice for running for 4 hours. You gotta be attacking this guy for it to feel optimal. Man, last thing I'll say out here, the 2 dinners, the big breakfast, the gels, you can see it. You can see it paying off because I'm out here doling out punishment in the 5:30s, feeling strong. That's the system. Big calories, big mileage, big pain. That's the system. I'm saying this as much for me as anybody else. Just gotta trust it. Sometimes I doubt it, but when I come out here just feeling like I'm ready to break the road in half on mile 19, burying it, letting it fly, that's a win for the system, baby. You know who my favorite superhero is? Batman. It's always been Batman. And of course, my personal favorite is the Christian Bale version. But regardless of who's playing Batman, the reason it's always connected with me is because he wasn't born with any physical superpowers. And he didn't have any spider bite or crazy lab accident happen to him that gave him the superpowers. No, he used his resources. He used his environment to turn himself into a superhero, man. He chose to be that. He chose to be a beast. He turned himself into a beast, man. He put himself in the lab. He put himself in the gym. And he said, I'm going to save Gotham. I'm going to leverage my pain to save Gotham. Man, that's why I love Batman. And so, man, a lot of people out here think it's about talent, think it's about what you're born with. And yeah, everybody has different physical traits and skills, and there are genetic differences between people, but man, you can choose to just go out there and turn yourself into a mileage monster. The mileage is out there for the taking. The mileage is free. Of course, you got to find the time to invest your time in it, but man, when I can come out here and just see all that pain I've put in, all the work, all those miles. I'm out here mobbing mile 19 at a 5:30 per mile pace, just digging. I just feel such a good sense of satisfaction and, I don't know, happiness and contentment and joy. They're all so fleeting, but the thrill of chasing a big goal and just consistently working every day, that to me is what gives me satisfaction. And there's nothing in the world that gives me more satisfaction than that, other than seeing the Buffalo Bills lose. I gave birth to your whole style and feel. How do it feel to hold my stack in public? Hobby jogger, you underground rap cloner. Duplicate rap cloner. It's just next level, man. Rhymes cocky, mad rowdy. You did a buck off of my thing and rapture Audi. Rest in peace to Prodigy. And I'm telling you, man, you can't fake the hunger. Because I was listening last night, I told you, to Return of the Mac, Prodigy, and Alchemist. And it's just different. 2007 Prodigy doesn't hit the same as 90s Prodigy. Because you can't fake the hunger, man. You can't fake the hunger. And I'm hungry. I'm telling you, I'm hungry right now. I don't know what it is. I think it's just every time this year, and I was telling Charlie, man, the fall now I just associate with anxiety for the past 4 falls now, 4 years, 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025. Because every time the fall rolls around, I just have my big marathon goal, or 2023 was actually a half marathon, but my big race goal, I work an entire year for it. This is what I've been doing the last 4 years, working an entire year to the fall race. I put so much into it. So from September to mid-October, whenever that race is, it's just anxiety. But the best way to cure anxiety. Why are anxious people, and it's funny because I'm not an anxious person at all. I actually give people anxiety. I give my boss so much anxiety. I give Charlie so much anxiety. Any organized person, and it's not that I'm disorganized, but that's just not my style, because I'm very on the fly and I just keep everything in my brain, and then I boom, 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 I can knock things out quickly. So I give very organized people a lot of anxiety. But what you'll notice about anxious people, typically, they are very organized, they are very diligent. The more anxious somebody is, typically, and I'm not talking about clinical anxiety, I'm talking about just the day-to-day stuff, but typically the more anxious someone is, the more planful they will be, right? The more worried about something you are, the more organized you're gonna be about getting it right. And for me, the one area where that really comes through is the races, and it's almost the reverse to that, or the corollary to that. The more work you put in, the more anxious you will be. So man, every time when this time of the year comes around, the fall, the hunting season, I have a smile on my face right now, but I just have that hunger and just on edge. I'm just on edge. It's the razor thin margin that's always there. So there's anxiety about doing it right, but I've just been putting in so much work, and there is no substitute for good old-fashioned elbow grease. You remember WD-40? That WD-40 doesn't do his job unless you hit the door hinge with some elbow grease. $22-mile long run in the Asics Metaspeed Ray. I realized I didn't do the whole show my watch thing. I was talking about Batman. We can throw it up here. I checked after when I closed it. It was 22 miles, 7:23 pace. Not particularly fast, but this is my system, man. The high mileage and just focusing on the pace that we are trying to run. For the pace, I don't worry too much about what my recovery pace is. I don't worry too much about what the relaxed portion of this run pace is. All I care about is, man, when I'm attacking. And that was 6 miles within a 22-mile long run at faster than marathon pace on the 5th or 6th straight, I think 5th straight 120-mile week. So that's what I care about, man. And my whole theory is that the trade-off of, yeah, maybe my heart rate's not getting up as high at the relaxed miles or for my everyday miles, but because the volume is so much higher, that outweighs, running my daily run 30 seconds per mile faster, or having the average pace of this run be 6:30 versus a 7:20. However, it is very important to hit on every single system, and doing steadier running, so for me, which would be getting down to 6 flat to 640, that range right there, maybe even 550 to 640, that is a good piece of marathon fitness. It's nice to have that higher aerobic pressure built in. Your mechanics are going to be more similar to marathon pace, etc. But for me, if I'm scrapping one fitness factor from my calendar, it would be that, because marathon pace, that's the most important. The speed work, that's also really important for developing the strength. That's what I did earlier this week. And I know for myself, doing speed work is the biggest thing I can do to slow myself down on my daily miles. Not even on purpose, but just, for example, Thursday doing those 1,200 meter repeats, I knew, man, I'm gonna be running 8-minute miles for the next few days, because it just crushes me. It really zaps my legs. I don't have that track background. I don't have a lot of experience running faster than a 5:30, 5:20 miles. So anytime I do it, it's a shock to the system. It's a really big shock to the system, and it takes 2, 3, 4 days to recover. So the fact that I was actually able to come out here today after doing that work Thursday and run 6 miles at marathon pace is solid. So if we look at this, the plan for this run was a few mile warm up into a 3-mile marathon pace section. I actually meant to do a 3-mile warm up, and when I do that, I will do an extra mile or extra half a mile just around the loop here, but I forgot to do that. I don't know why, I just forgot. So I went at mile 2, so 2-mile warm up with some strides, so 10 to 20 seconds of faster running. Goal there is to get the cadence up, get the heart rate up, lubricate, it's a hard word to say, lubricate the legs so that we have that fluid motion once we start mobbing at marathon pace. So then I went into the first marathon pace section right there, 3 miles, felt good, but not fantastic. It was actually kind of choppy there. The first miles are always the hardest for me. I don't know what it is. It's counterintuitive. You would think the last section would be the hardest, or if you're doing a 14-mile tempo, mile 14 is the hardest because that's when you're theoretically the most tired. No, for me, it really always is the beginning. It's getting into it, getting the mechanics into it, and my marathon mechanics are so different from my daily mechanics. It takes a while to get into it. So the first section was okay. Shoe felt really good for that. It is just so quick. That's the word that comes to my mind. Quick, nimble. It's like a fox, right? What's the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy moon, something like that. It has that quick pop, 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 pop to it without being too aggressive. It's a really fun, light popcorn. I think of popcorn kernels popping, just a fun, light, fast type of a shoe. Different than anything else out there. And the softness of the foam is nice. You can see we have some crazy compression lines on this now. The other weird thing about the FF Leap foam, and I haven't tried to wipe this one down yet after this run. I will try to do it, but I mean, look at this. So this is the right side here, and I was saying at the end, I could tell I was over-pronating toward the end of that run, mile 20, when I was cooling down, and the right side is all dirty. This is what's compressing. It's almost like my ankle was just turning like that sideways on the ground. That's just wild to see. And also the other thing is my forefoot on my right side has just been feeling weird. I don't know if it was from the Sonic Blast or this, because those were the last two shoes I was running in. I think it might have been from, I don't even know. These things just pop up when we run a lot of miles. It's not an injury or anything, but just a weird feeling thing. So I'll mix in some non-plated shoes, mix in a shoe with a different drop, a different foam. That's the whole benefit of having a rotation. Anyway, did that first section, 3 miles at marathon pace, then went into the relaxed portion. So shoe actually felt okay for that, which is making me feel that this would be an okay half marathon shoe for most people, because when I got to mile 16, I actually forgot to check the watch, but just around the 2-hour mark, right? So being on my feet for 2 hours, 60 miles, that would roughly correspond to somebody doing a 2-hour half marathon. And that's where this felt like it was, I think, reaching the limits of its capability for most people, because when I got to the end section of this run, after that last 3-mile chunk, it was just very soft feeling, and the narrowness of the heel started coming through, that roly-poly feel started coming through, and especially when I was not running fast or not running with power, it just wasn't giving me the most optimal experience. So I always talk about the use case and the intended purpose of a shoe, right? Even though this is so soft, fun, light, bouncy, because of the aggressive geometry, and so if you look at this heel here, it's almost like the Nike Vomero Plus experience I was telling you about earlier this week that puts you right up on your toes. Now, I don't really know what the drop of the shoe is. It doesn't matter. It's probably something like a 6mm drop on paper, but imagine having a 10mm drop shoe, but with no foam in the heel. That's what this is, right? Higher drop in that it's putting you right up on your toes. You have to be on the ball of your foot, but no heel. And like I was saying in the beginning, in the warm-up, you can cheat it, but if you're tired and cheating it by landing on the back, that's when the roly-poly feel is gonna come through on the heel. So I would say for most people out there, max half marathon, max 2 hours. Last section though, so the last 3 miles of marathon pace. So the theory behind this workout, or goal behind this workout, more time at marathon pace. That is the foundation of my entire training system. Everything we do during training supports running more miles at marathon pace, and I never want to go too long without running miles at marathon pace. So my idea behind today, this was not a Jack Daniels workout, this was just my own workout. My idea behind today was to get enough time at marathon pace to still remind the body what it feels like to keep that fitness factor alive. And the maintenance principle states that it's easier to hold on to fitness once we've earned it. And I was talking about, I feel like in life I haven't made anything yet, or with the channel I haven't quote unquote made it yet, but with running, man, I feel like a made man. You know, in the mob you get made. I've heard Bill Simmons talk about this with teams, right? Once a young team, oh no, it was actually Doc Rivers on the Bill Simmons podcast. He was saying once a young NBA team gets to the finals, and especially wins the finals, they're made. And what it means when you're made, it's like being a tenured professor. you can't get fired, right? So I feel made now doing that 14-mile tempo, doing that and then training through it without slowing down at all. I feel like a made man. And there's no guarantees that I'm gonna run a sub 230, of course not, but I have now earned that fitness. Not a lot of people do a 14-mile tempo faster than marathon pace in the middle of a 120-mile week. So I feel like a made man. And for my body, I've earned that. I've won that fitness. And now it's maintenance. And can I even get the marathon pace faster and get more efficient and of course get stronger and extend it? So that was my theory behind today. Hey, I don't need to do a 14-mile tempo every week because I did that. The body will still remember that and we'll hold on to that fitness for a few months. And now we can do other fun stuff. I don't know, fun stuff, what do they call it, type 2 fun. We can do other fun stuff like 1,200 meter repeats faster than 5K pace uphill. Yeah, lots of fun, like I did in this thing on Thursday. But that was the theory behind today. 6 miles at marathon pace, spread out within a longer run, so it's not as much thrashing and wear and tear on the body. And it's still hard to run 3 miles, and especially how I've been running marathon pace, which is just letting it fly. And even, I mean, I need to run 5:43 to get my goal, or 5:42, and all these miles were faster than that. I think maybe the first one was a 5:43, but especially the last mile, just absolutely attacking at 5:30. That's still gonna be wear and tear on the body. But a shoe like this, with how soft, light, and fun it is, I thought it would be a good pairing for this workout, not just because it's the newest, latest, and greatest thing, but to see, and somebody else actually suggested this in the comments, hey, maybe because the plate feel isn't as aggressive, your body won't be feeling as banged up deeper into that run. And I did feel that, man. It did feel nice and protective and cushioned on that last set of marathon pace when I was locked into the marathon mechanic still. The double-edged sword of it, though, is, and I wouldn't even say it's a double-edged sword, it's just due to the nature of the platform, because it's so narrow, man, and because it's so soft in a way that the Sky Paris was not. So the Sky Paris is, if we measured it, probably very similar to this, maybe even narrower than this is, but because that was firmer, slightly more inherent stability, and the foam extended slightly more on the back. So for the jogging, it wasn't as terribly unstable as this. I was really noticing that instability deeper into the run. So there's good parts, bad parts, trade-offs to the shoe. Of course, it is a pinnacle innovation racing product, so stability is not on the product requirements list, and I'm not docking the shoe for being unstable, or I'm not taking away points. This is not a shoe that needs to be stable in the way that I would want the Vomero Plus or Mag Max or a Super Blast type shoe to be. I'm just saying, compared to the other shoes I would typically use for a run like this, or just the other shoes on the market, not the most stable. Now, speaking of the Super Blast, it's making me really excited for the Super Blast 3, because if you can retain some of that soft, light, fun cushion feel, the smoothness, that pep, the higher cadence, driving off the front type of feel, if you can retain that in the Super Blast 3, but give me more stability, give me less of that roly-poly heel feel, and maybe even, because it's gonna have a firmer foam, give me more bite in the front, dude, that's gonna be a complete banger. So yeah, overall, great shoe. I forget what I gave us. Maybe, did I give us an A- on the first run? I think I'll upgrade this to an A+. This really is a fun shoe. The downside for shoes like this to me, and I test everything, man. If there were a $1,000 race shoe, I'd probably figure out a way to get it and test it. And the downside of that is, because it's so expensive, I'm not gonna buy a backup pair, probably. It doesn't feel, because it's so light and almost feels delicate, it just doesn't feel like a shoe that I personally will race in. It very much feels like a fun innovation product, but for me, with my style of racing, with how aggressive I attack, I just want something that feels more substantial. I typically just gravitate toward those shoes, Saucony Endorphin Elite OG Puma Fast R3. But if you are a runner who loves Vaporfly 2 or 3, if you are a runner who loved the Vaporfly 4, even, maybe, let's just say Vaporfly 2 or 3. If you love the Vaporfly 2 or 3, if you love the Cielo OG, if you absolutely love the Adios Pro 4, you're gonna love this, man. And if you don't have stability needs, I would highly caution you, and I'm not gatekeeping, anybody can buy the shoe, but I would just highly caution you, if you're running 3.5 hours or more, out there, I would highly caution you not to use the shoe. I said the same thing about the Sky Paris, and this is even more unstable than the Sky Paris. I just feel that you would have a better time. Even today, I'm out here running 2 hours and 40 minutes, cooling down at an 8-minute pace, and it just does not feel great once you're getting past 2.5 hours, once you're getting up to that 3-hour mark. So again, you can do what you please. I'm sure somebody out there will use this for a 4-hour marathon, and if you're a bigger, maybe hybrid athlete type of runner who's gonna be running for 4 hours very strong, then this could be a good pick. If you're an aggressive 4-foot striker, if you have calves of steel, if you've just been in the gym doing, you know what, remember that machine? You remember that calf raise machine that people used to do? Do people still do that in the gym? There was literally a machine that you grab the handles off the ground and just do calf raises with it. So if that's you, if you've been doing that since high school, since the Friday Night Lights days, drinking Optimum Nutrition, Gold, whey protein shakes, and crushing chicken breast, man, I remember those days. If that's you, and you're a 4-hour marathoner, if you have a Go One More hat and you're a hybrid athlete, you might like this for a 4-hour marathon. But for most people out there, I would not suggest this for a 4-hour marathon. I would suggest this for, if you're looking to buy an innovation product, you could do 5K, 10K, half marathon. Not gonna be my personal marathon shoe. Yeah, and I just wish, it's shoes like this that make me wish I did have access to 2 or 3 pairs or something, because I feel like I'm trying to get a feel for it, but the issue is once I have a feel for it, it's gonna have 50 or 60 miles, and then the life of it is gonna be gone. That's the same thing with the Evo Pro too, right? It's like these shoes that are the newest things and that have the new technology. I'm not gonna race in something that's a gamble. I want at least 2, 3, 4 really good workouts. This is what I was saying about eliminating variables earlier. It's the same reason I wear the exact pair of shorts, I wear the same type of socks, and I do the same stuff before the long run, just to eliminate variables. So a shoe like this is introducing a new variable. To me, it is not worth it. Yeah, I wish I could run more in it and have it still be fresh. This is not fresh. This is not race day ready right now with the look. I mean, again, look at this side here. Look at how compressed this is. It just, and I'm sure it's fine, right? I could still run fast in it. It's just, I don't want to show up on race day with something that looks this compressed, right? Look at that. And then if we go to the bottom of the FF Leap, 30 miles in here, I was dragging my heels at the end, but look at that. That's the FF Leap. I don't even know if you want to call it problem, but FF Leap reality is not very durable. Let's take a look at the left side. Left side's not as bad. Yeah, I was really dragging. I felt it on the right side. My thing was just so yeah, not gonna be the most durable out there. I'm sure the heel strikers or the superior 4-foot runners won't have that problem, but if you're an inferior slow heel striker like I am, you will also have that wear. The same thing that's happening to my Sky Tokyo. With this one, I'm less mad at it because they are engineering this to be the absolute lightest, fastest thing out there. The Sky Tokyo, I wish they put some rubber on the back. So yeah, this is an A+ top tier banger shoe. Really fun, 22 miler. I mean, I don't have any real complaints about it. It's more so just realities of how they've engineered the platform for trade-offs. I wouldn't make any changes to it if I were in charge of the product design. It does exactly what it wants to do, and just the feeling of the compression and the quick rebound on the foam is really nice. Much better than the Saucony Endorphin Elite 2, and we will just have to see how this holds up though, because the ATPU is supposed to be more durable. So maybe this is one that I will take up to 100 miles, do a 100-mile review and see how it compares. It's a really fun shoe for workouts. So I'm glad that I have another shoe in the mix. I just like keeping it fresh with the different shoes because I do a lot of workouts, and I think for some people who watch for the shoes, it can get stale if I'm just using Alphafly 3 and Adios Pro 4 all the time. So this is one that will slot into that Adios Pro 4 type of soft, fun rotation. Now, I will end by giving you, let's see, a few recommendations. So yeah, Adios Pro 4, you can find that on a deal a lot. If you want a fun, fast shoe that's soft, I would go for that over this. It's going to be, I don't even know, more durable, but just that's the tried and true option out there. People have been using it, and we know how that will perform with higher mileage. We know how that will perform in terms of the instability. And also, the type of instability that has is not as bad as this, just because of how narrow this is. It's just with that one, it was that gap on the heel. And again, notice no heel cutout here, no gimmicks. No, I really wish Adidas would get away from that heel cutout, but that's the one issue with Adios Pro 4. Another one would be Saucony Endorphin Elite 2. That is a more approachable shoe if you're running for 3.5+ hours. It doesn't get as terribly unstable in the back. It is just very soft and squishy. But if you like that, then you like that. Diodora Gara would be another solid one if you get at a deal. That's another soft, fun shoe. And then the Cielo X1 2.0. Not a personal favorite of mine, but this was reminding me of a better version of that. And with that one, it really has this high cushion midfoot feel that you either love or you hate. I hate it, and that foam is just not on the same level as this. But the thing is, I really think the faster your cadence is, the less that foam, it's almost like the less that foam matters to have the utmost snap and rebound, because you're just popping off so quickly. And then, of course, the obvious alternative to this would be the Edge Tokyo. And that one has very similar forefoot feel with that quick toe off, exact same foam as this on top of the plate in the forefoot. My issue with it was, again, some of the stability on the back. For some reason, that was more unstable for me than the Sky Tokyo. And it also felt like it was contorting my foot in a weird way with the plate. But I could be the only one having that issue. I haven't really heard many people saying that. And then that one also will fix the durability issue, because it has the firmer FF turbo on the bottom. So those are some alternatives to this. But if you're looking for fast, light, fun, most innovative shoe out there, I'm going to give this a thumbs up, man. Supple certified banger. Asics is just on a heater. Different than the Sky Tokyo, but still really good. Anytime we could do 22 miles and ripping off 530s and smiling, that's a good shoe, and that's a good day. So I appreciate you. Go Ravens. I'm not even a Ravens fan. I'm just a Bills hater. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video. I know these boys got a lot of talent, but they still can't win. Josh Allen. All the Bills hate got me off balance. Prediction for tonight, I don't know, man. 27-24 Ravens. That's what I was thinking, 27-24 Ravens, but the Bills are going to be hungry this year. I just know it. So my backup is 31-23 Bills. That's what I actually think it's going to be, but I hope the Ravens win.